Hey everyone! Welcome to my channel Manhwa Mantra, your go-to place for all things manhwa. In today's video, we're diving into Magic Emperor Chapter 635, based on the novel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment below if you have any questions or thoughts. Your support really motivates me to keep uploading more videos for you all. So let's get started. The fog drifted closer, unsettling everyone in its path. Those too close went slack, silently swallowing their fear. As the fog inched forward, a deep sense of dread took hold. People shuffled back, desperate to escape, even though there was nowhere to go. Amidst the panic, only Zhuo Fan stood calm. He frowned, his eyes scanning every detail, trying to solve the mystery of the fog. The fog continued to consume everything in its path. Anyone who got too close froze, their eyes glazing over, before disappearing into the white void. Zhuo Fan muttered to himself, "It's clear now. That kid almost fooled me." Chu Qingcheng noticed his confidence and asked, "Did you figure it out?" The others turned toward Zhuo Fan, their faces filled with hope. Fiend Yin asked, "You know what this is?" Zhuo Fan smirked. "This isn't fog. It's not poison either. In fact, it's not even real." He chuckled, explaining, "The guy set up this illusion to scare us, confuse us, and make us feel helpless. This isn't fog, it's a barrier, a bewildering array. Anyone caught inside falls under its illusion and can't escape." The group started piecing it together. Fiend Gui said, "That explains why Fiend Yang's attack didn't work. The array is just an illusion, but it's so strong that even ethereal stage experts can't break free." Though the fog wasn't physically dangerous, fear still gripped everyone. They looked at Zhuo Fan, silently pleading for a solution. Zhuo Fan squinted at the fog. "Don't worry. The guy behind this isn't as clever as he thinks. This array is strong, above 7th grade, but it's not perfect. I'm guessing he enhanced it using sacred stones?" The group gasped. "Sacred stones? That's..." Chaoban nodded. "Exactly. Only the superior sects in the Western lands would have enough sacred stones to use like this. This has to be the work of the Hellion Flame sect." Before anyone could respond, a mocking laugh echoed from the fog. "Not bad, kid. You figured it out. But what can you do against a 7th grade array powered by sacred stones?" "Nothing!" The others turned to Zhuo Fan, hoping for more answers. But Zhuo Fan simply smiled coldly. They mistook his silence for fear, and their hope began to fade. But Chu Qingcheng remained calm, her faith in Zhuo Fan unwavering. Zhuo Fan glanced at her and asked, "You're not scared?" Chu Qingcheng shook her head. "I'm never scared when you're with me." Zhuo Fan smiled, his heart softening at her words. He placed his hand on her back, letting a red glow flow into her. "No matter what happens, I'll never leave you." The rest of the group was speechless. "Seriously? We're in danger and you're flirting?" Meanwhile, the fog surged toward them. The mocking voice returned. "You'll all suffer in this array for 49 days. Once I've had my fun, maybe I'll come back to see how you're doing." The fog engulfed everyone except Zhuo Fan and Chu Qingcheng. As it closed in, Chu Qingcheng's mind began to fade. Zhuo Fan called out, "Qingcheng!" Then everything went silent. The voice mocked once more. "No matter how smart you are, you're too weak to escape. A mere radiant stage cultivator like you doesn't stand a chance." But as the fog tried to overpower Zhuo Fan, a bright azure flame flickered in his eyes. Inside Zhuo Fan's mind, a prismatic dragon roared, surrounded by an unyielding shield. The dragon unleashed a torrent of azure flames, burning the fog away entirely. Zhuo Fan opened his eyes, the flames still flickering on his forehead. He smirked. The guy got cocky, but he has no idea who he's dealing with. No illusion can harm my soul when I have the azure flame. Now it's time to turn the tables. He looked around the fog-filled town and laughed. If he can create an array, so can I. And unlike him, I have plenty of sacred stones. Zhuo Fan waved his hands, forming a new array. With a shout, "Array on array!" A powerful burst of energy erupted, scattering the fog instantly. The town was clear once more, though eerily silent and empty. Zhuo Fan stood tall, ready to face whatever challenge came next. "Ah, no." In a deep cave, a shriek echoed through the solid walls. Shui Ruohua opened her eyes, only to witness a disturbing scene. Before her stood a red-haired man, his face flushed. wearing a twisted smile, the same person she had met 2 weeks ago. But what caught her attention was even more horrifying. A familiar woman lay beneath him, crying out in pain and humiliation. Shui Ruohua's voice cracked as she shouted, "Reed, junior sister!" Her heart burned with fury. "You monster, let her go." She tried to move, but her body felt heavy. Her cultivation drained completely. The red-haired man smirked wickedly. "Ha ha ha ha! Don't be in such a hurry, lass. Your turn will come soon enough." Shui Ruohua's eyes filled with tears of rage as she screamed, "Ah, you vile scum!" Nearby, Chu Qingcheng and Danner also stirred awake. When they saw what was happening, their expressions mirrored Shui Ruohua's horror. Meanwhile, the women of the demon scheming sect sneered coldly, used to witnessing such scenes. The men, however, were clearly unsettled, though none dared to intervene. Fiend Yang, trembling but trying to mask his fear, spoke up, "Nah, hey, we don't even know these women. Do whatever you want with them, but let us go." The red-haired man laughed mockingly. Hey, don't lie to me. I saw you helping them earlier. You're just as guilty." Fiend Yang sighed, putting on a pitiful expression. "Our leader, Zhuo Fan, is an old friend of one of these women. He insisted we help them, but we're not involved. Really." The redhead's grin widened. "Doesn't matter. You're in my cave, which makes you my prey. All of you are mine to do with as I please." As he spoke, the woman beneath him let out one last cry before falling silent. Her body shriveled up, turning into a lifeless husk. Fiend Yang's eyes widened as he thought, "He's absorbing yin energy." For a moment, Fiend Yang felt relieved. At least he's targeting women. We men might be safe. But his relief was short-lived. The red-haired man turned and grabbed a young male cultivator. With a flick of his hand, a red glow flowed from the boy into him. The young man's body dried up, just like the woman's. Fiend Yang's jaw dropped. "He's absorbing yang energy too?" He muttered, "Dude, make up your mind. Are you a man or a woman? At least let some of us survive." The red-haired man grinned. "I'm taking both yin and yang. Why settle for one? Soon I'll absorb the energy of an ethereal stage expert. That'll be a real feast." Fiend Yang's face darkened. His comrades shared the same hopeless expression. He cursed under his breath, "Zhuo Fan, you promised to save us! Where are you?" The red-haired man approached Yue next, his eyes gleaming with malicious intent. "You're quite the ripe one. Ready to have a little chat with me?" He reached out to break her limbs, but to his surprise, her body didn't budge. "Why are you so hard?" he exclaimed, frustrated. "What is your body made of?" Yue smirked. "Master gave us zombie pills. Our bodies are as tough as steel now. You're wasting your energy." The red-haired man's face twisted with rage. What kind of twisted master would do that? "Ruining my fun like this. Where is he?" Kuai Lang sighed from the side. "Our master isn't here. Let us go, man. If you leave us tied up like this, we'll turn to stone and die anyway." The red-haired man ignored him, muttering, "Your master must be that brat stuck in my array. I'll deal with him soon enough. Then I'll fix this and have my fun." He glanced at Yue and Bai Lian one last time before moving toward the women of the mystical heaven sect. Patting Shui Ruohua's cheek, he sneered, "Now this is what a woman should feel like. Soft, not like those rocks." Shui Ruohua glared at him, but before she could speak, a voice rang out. "Stop, you monster! Don't touch them! Take me instead!" Shui Ruohua turned, her heart lifting for a moment. "Young master!" But the sight of Xuan Xiaoyu broke her spirit. His hair was a mess, his face pale, and his eyes wild. He looked like a man who had been pushed to the brink of insanity. The red-haired man laughed. "Oh, don't blame me. I let him enjoy the show. Poor kid couldn't handle it." Shui Ruohua's voice trembled with anger. "You lie!" "He would never," the red-haired man interrupted. "You righteous types love to put on airs, but your refined young master already fell to his desires. Did you know he tasted your junior sister's yin energy?" Shui Ruohua's eyes widened in disbelief as she turned to Xuan Xiaoyu. He hung his head, unable to meet her gaze.